Hey everyone, if you're new to the channel, which is probably most of you, I'm Jackson. I am super obsessed with the ideas of financial freedom and retiring early. So much so that I started my own business, financial coaching business called Money Mastermind, where I work with young entrepreneurs just like myself to lay the foundation for financial freedom. This channel is a way for me to share my thoughts and experiences when it comes to personal finance, young entrepreneurship, financial freedom, etc. If that's your thing, then go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell to stay posted on my weekly content. Make sure to hit that like button so that more people like you can see the video. It takes me multiple hours to make a video like this, and it's literally like a couple seconds and a flick of your wrist to hit the like button, so it's the least you can do. I'm also a strong believer in the idea that financial literacy can play a huge role in the trajectory and overall just quality of your life. So my mission is to spread the message of financial freedom to as many people as will hear me out, in hopes that I can sort of influence that trajectory and that quality. So without further ado, I present to you the first real video of this channel, how to build your dream retirement. I'll be breaking down how to plan for your dream retirement, some of the questions you should be asking yourself, as well as a breakdown of my own personal retirement plan in hopes of giving you some inspiration. So if retiring early is something that you dream about, I highly recommend that you put some serious thought into what that looks like for you. Get your notebook or start a Google Doc wherever you like to store important things, and get specific here. You want to break it down into yearly, monthly, even daily tasks that you can do. Here are a couple of questions to get you started and moving in the right direction. By what age do you want to retire? What sort of lifestyle do you want to live? About how much will it cost per month to afford that sort of lifestyle? Once you have the groundwork, you can start really forming your plan. How much time do you have? How much would you need to have saved by then? How much in passive income will you need? Then you can start making the path to get from where you are now to where you want to be when you want to be there. Now the next step is finding the vehicles that'll actually get you there. Examine your current source or sources of income. Is that enough to currently live the comfortable lifestyle that you live now while saving at a rate that you need to reach your goal? If so, perfect. I'd recommend keeping a budget. Be adamant about paying yourself first every month. It's really all about just being consistent. If not, then you may want to start looking into other ways that you can sort of supplement your income. There are plenty of side hustle ideas, so just find something that you like that floats your boat and fits into your schedule. Then you need to start asking yourself, how are you going to build up the passive income that you'll need to be able to quote-unquote retire? Fortunately, there's tons of options there too. A couple of my favorites are real estate and dividend growth stocks, but hey, to each their own. You probably also want to consider making contributions to a retirement account like a Roth IRA or your employer's 401k if you can, just to have a little bit extra padding when the time comes. One tool I really like is Tim Ferriss's Dreamline. This is the author of the 4-Hour Workweek. You can find them all over the internet, but the basic format looks like this. So on the left, you'll put in the months it'll take to reach your goal. Steps 1, 2, 3, and 4 are what you dream of having, being, and doing by that time. And then step 5 is the cost of those 3 things. If you add together all 3 costs and then multiply by 1.3 to add a little bit of a buffer, you'll get a target monthly income. Dividing that by 30 will break it down even further and give you a target daily income. And then lastly, you want to pick the 4 most important steps to take today, tomorrow, and the day after. You're going to want to take time with this plan. It's not something you want to rush through in 5 minutes and never look at again. That would be a waste of those 5 minutes and the time you took to watch this video. And make sure to be flexible, as your plan will bend and change shape over time. Just make sure that you're always moving in the right direction. As your life changes, check in with your dream retirement plan and make sure it's still feasible. If it is, perfect. If not, then you'll need to course correct while not losing sight of the objective. Think about it this way. A pilot doesn't just fly from one airport to another without ever touching the controls or making a change throughout the flight. When it comes to your life, you're the pilot, so don't forget to touch the controls every once in a while and make sure you're still going the right way. Also, I'd recommend finding a way to keep track of your progress, that way you're not flying blind. Store this in the same place that you're keeping your dream retirement plan and be consistent about updating it. It may seem like a lot for a dream, but that's because you're starting the process of making it a reality. Having clarity over your goal won't only help you plan better for it, but it will also help you living a more fulfilling and balanced life, knowing that every day you're moving one step closer towards something you've always dreamed about. Alright, it's getting cold, so let's go inside and look at that plan I made for myself. So here's my breakdown to give you an example. I'm 23 currently, and my goal is to be able to make quote-unquote working an option as opposed to a necessity by the time I'm 35. That way I can live my life entirely on my own terms without having to worry about when the next paycheck is going to come in. In order to do that, I estimate I'll need about $5,000 a month in rental income. Adjusting for lifestyle change and inflation, that should be just about enough to cover all of my needs and my wants when the time comes. Also, notice how I just say rental income here. That way all of my other investments will be just icing on the cake. So let's break down that $5,000 a month. Ultimately, I want everything to be as hands-off as I possibly can make it, which means having property managers and a lot of other stuff which eats into cash flow, but it frees up my time, which is the ultimate goal here. A conservative estimate based on the area that I'll be investing in is that each property should on average cash flow about $250 a month. So that makes my goal having 20 rental properties by the time I'm 35. Simple enough, right? Let's break it down even further. If I get my first property by age 25, then I'll just need to keep a pace of 2 per month to get to that goal. That gives me plenty of time to save up for my first property, considering I'm 23 now. Looking at Zillow and a couple other sites, the duplexes that I'm looking at buying for my first property in that area will at the very most be around $350,000. Since I'll be living in the property for a couple of years and renting out the other unit, I can get away with putting around 10% down, $35,000, and I want to have a little bit of wiggle room for closing costs, taxes, any minor fixes, stuff like that comes along with it, so I made my savings goal $50,000. Since I already have a decent amount of that saved, I just need to put $750 a month aside, and I should be able to reach that $50,000 goal pretty soon before actually I turn 25. I do this by keeping a budget and keeping track of my expenses. It literally takes me like 30 minutes on the first of the month, so 30 minutes a month to be able to keep things in order, and honestly I found that this makes a huge difference. So once you have a plan, once your dream retirement is more than just a dream and really a list of daily steps that you can take to achieve it, you're just about halfway there. The other half is following through and actually sticking with that plan. And this is the tough part for some. I'd recommend trying to find a way to keep yourself accountable, like breaking it down into smaller goals and celebrating those little victories as they lead into the bigger wins. This is where I see a lot of people get hung up, and it's why I offer my coaching services. Some people just need an accountability partner to give them that extra boost when they're forming new habits. If you fall in that boat yourself, I'll be more than happy to talk with you and see what sort of support I can offer. I actually run free strategy sessions where we hop on a Zoom call or a phone call and really dive deep into your current situation, what exactly it is that's holding you back, and explore your options in terms of getting you to where you want to be. If that's something you're interested in, the link is down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this started to get the gears turning and you can make your dream retirement a reality. Honestly, you deserve a bonus for making it to the end, so for that, here's a crisp high five. But seriously, thank you. I couldn't be more grateful for those who support me. If you got any value out of this at all, it would mean the world to me if you just hit that like button. over here and subscribed if you haven't already, and leave a comment and tell me what you think. Till next time, peace.